President, how are you going to fix this in Durban, President Zuma?
I think what we are faced with, if you take into account in particular what happened in Copenhagen and what happened in Cancun, we must realize that Durban, there are things we cannot live with beyond Durban. One of them, I think my colleague indicated, that the Kyoto Protocol will be coming to an end shortly. The question is, what then do we do? We've got to take a very clear decision in Durban as to how are we going to govern ourselves in the process of dealing with this challenge. So as we consolidate the work done, we've got to agree in Durban that what was agreed in Cancun must have a very specific program to implement those decisions. If you have participated in these processes, you will know that the emotion, the concern that is usually expressed by the most affected is very serious, particularly the island countries and small countries who are faced with a danger, not theoretically, not in the future, now. And they can't understand why we are failing to realize that. And therefore, whenever we come out of these conferences, they come out most dissatisfied. Not because they just want to be dissatisfied, because they know to them is a danger. They don't even know what will happen before the coming conference to debate the matters. So they tend to think we are more theoretical about this issue, which to them is a question of life and death. But I think be more sympathetic to those who see their lives in danger tomorrow, not some years to come. I would therefore think that the leaders of the world must take that into account. And perhaps it is important also for the civil society to put more effort into what we do, because at times we could have specific interests as individual countries. But I think the civil society moved from somewhat a different kind of premise. And perhaps they may also have to play a critical role. I think the challenge that we are faced with is what happens after Durban. When we think Durban will produce the kind of guidelines that must take us forward. So going to Durban, I'm sure going to Copenhagen was another challenge. To Cancun it was another challenge. But to Durban is even worse, because people know very well that before another conference, we will have in Durban to say what are the kind of instruments that we are going to utilize before the next conference. And in fact, the final solution, all we are looking for is legally binding agreement. But we all know it's not easy to do so. But in the meantime, what guides us leading up to that process? I think those are the challenges that will face us in Durban. In so far as Durban is concerned, we are ready. Durban is ready to receive the delegates, and as usual, the hope is that we could be successful as we have been in the past, and I hope you'll support us to be successful. Thank you.
Thank you.